I've mentioned before how HappyConsoleGamer is one of my favorite YouTubers out there. Can you believe it? A so-called PC elitist like myself liking a channel with this name? Well, believe it or not, as I've said before, I enjoy his content because he truly is just that. A happy console gamer. He's not a console fanboy. He understands that the PC is better in nearly every aspect. What I admire about Johnny is his love for video games, and how he tells stories about playing games he grew up with, and giving every little detail about those memories. But enough of me stroking this guy's dick. He released this video today, and the title of that video is "What's the point of game consoles?" Now for me, personally, to answer the question, sometimes my oil heater doesn't work. So, you just plug in the PS4 and bam, you got yourself a nice toasty room. Essentially, Johnny's video is a response to Rich of ReviewTechUsa's video under a similar title. The premise of that video is pretty much what was said in the title. Rich was questioning, what's the point of consoles in the year 2017? That's a good question. I think so anyway. To be fair, Johnny himself didn't exactly answer the question or make much of a response, but he gave his 2 cents on PC gaming and recognizes that it's a superior platform. But his choice is still with the consoles, and honestly, that's perfectly fine. I don't have any problems with the video. What I do have a problem with is the completely autistic comments. And don't even get me started on Rich's comments. I nearly got myself a goddamn brain tumor just reading the comments from his video. So that's why we're going to read the comments in Johnny's video instead. They're still cancerous, but operable. Furthermore, I want to make it perfectly clear that this video isn't about Johnny's video. This is just about his comment section. So don't go sending him any harassment or disliking his video, because honestly, it's not even a bad video. So let's begin.
The problem is that the barrier for entry for a PC is too high for most people. A 6-year-old isn't going to get a gaming PC for Christmas, unless their parents are extremely rich and wildly irresponsible.
And there's the first symptom of cancer. First off, the entry level for a PC can be whatever you want it to be. That's one of the great things about PC gaming. The set budget to enter PC gaming depends entirely on you and what you want out of PC gaming. If you're willing to pay $400 upfront for a console and deal with its degrading performance over time, then what's so hard to imagine about maybe paying $100 more and getting a PC that can stomp that console and be upgradable over time and save money on the online and on games? And did this motherfucker here seriously imply that parents who are willing to buy their son or daughter a souped up gaming PC are irresponsible? No, you dumb motherfucker. Irresponsible parents would be the ones that don't put parental controls on it. Irresponsible parents would be the ones that allow them to game all the way till midnight. Irresponsible parents would be the ones that put their credit card information onto their Steam account and let those kids buy whatever they want. Those are irresponsible parents, not parents who got the kid a PC. Are you suggesting that parents who bought their kids a PS4 are responsible, but parents who got their kids an expensive gaming PC aren't responsible? Buying either of these options doesn't make a parent responsible. What makes a parent responsible is how they moderate their children that use both of these things. It's common sense, which you clearly don't have. Dumbass.
Consoles are justified with one word: comfort. I do a lot of work on PC, sitting for hours in an uncomfortable chair in a bad position. This is why I like just hopping on my sofa and playing a game on TV with a comfortable controller. The sight of a PC keyboard and mouse also remind me of work, so I can't relax properly on PC. It feels like doing more work. Portability is a big thing for me. I've played more on DS, 3DS, Vita, and Switch than all other consoles and PC combined. Power is also the least important part of gaming for me. I just want to have fun games that I can play in a comfortable way.
It's like these people are living during the Windows Vista days. PC gaming has come a long way, and I mean a long way. Playing on a PC while sitting on a couch is not that uncommon. In fact, I've seen that more than people supposedly hunched over a desk. Now onto the point of comfort. If you find yourself in a position of discomfort depending on your setup, depending on your chair, on your desk, on your keyboard, on your mouse, that's all on you. For instance, I do some work on my PC, but I can't be bothered to leave my chair, turn on a console, put a disc in it, and then go flop on my couch. For me, it's convenient to just stay where I am. There are multiple ways to game comfortably on both platforms, but to limit the PC to a desk and a chair is a misrepresentation of the PC that I'm seriously getting sick of. Couch gaming hasn't been an advantage of the consoles for years, and working on a PC makes you not want to play on it? What kind of an idiot could ever come up with that logic?
And honestly, it just wouldn't be the same if I plugged a PC into my TV, since I'd still feel like I was working and would never relax. A desktop view, the slightly industrial and officey look of the PC nearby, the noises it would make, I would just associate it all psychologically with working.
I'd love to know why PC gamers need the objective approval of other gamers. If their games were leagues ahead of console games, they'd have a point. But the fact is that they aren't. There's very little difference, and the performance isn't necessarily objectively better. There always seems to be one problem or another. Consoles are designed specifically for games, whereas PC can run games.
Are some of my critics starting to see why I make these console peasant videos? Are you starting to see why? First off, yes, the performance on the PC is objectively better. We have ways of measuring this. We have ways of displaying it. The evidence is there. 60 frames per second is objectively better than 30. 144 frames per second is objectively better than 60. 1080p is objectively better than 900p. They give more visual clarity and they give more responsive controls. This has been demonstrated and proven. There is no denying it, and if you do deny it, you can live in that little lie, while the rest of us will accept the truth. And didn't Mr. Johnny even say himself?
PCs are absolutely better than consoles. They are hardware-wise, frame rate-wise, everything you can do to them. You can output them to TVs. You can get incredible performances out of them. That is fact.
Consoles can't output the performance that a PC can. Even bad PC ports perform better than their console counterparts. And to say that there's no difference between the performance is just a blatant lie. Sure, as you said, consoles are made for gaming, but for being dedicated pieces of hardware just for gaming, you'd expect them to do better, wouldn't you? And what's this nonsense about an objective approval needed? You said blatant lies. And because you said those lies, I imagine PC gamers come to you constantly to try and get you to see through the lies that you've built up. And you're going to call that needing objective approval?
I like consoles because my games are always on the same level. I don't feel like my graphics would be better if I spent more on a new graphics card. The game is optimized for the machine I have. Years ago, I got top-end PC. It played the newest games at max settings for a while. As new games came and I had to slide detail back and things like that, it pissed me off. For some reason, I feel like if I can't run the game on max everything, I am missing out on something. It would cost a fortune to maintain a computer and keep it up to those standards. Another reason I love consoles is the physical releases. I despise digital and never download games. I love my collection, and I love knowing my games will be playable as long as I have the physical copy.
You are
Console peasant.
Completely stupid. If you bought a new graphics card, it doesn't matter if you feel the graphics would be better or not. They legitimately would be better. Not to mention, this negates the point of you saying that you would have to turn sliders down. So then by your own admission, these graphics cards would make the graphics better and make the games run better. You clearly weren't thinking before you wrote this comment. You even say right here that if you can't run everything on max, you feel you're missing out on something. So then by that logic, you shouldn't be gaming on consoles, and it would cost you a fortune to keep up with those standards? Something tells me you haven't PC gamed in over a decade. Things have changed drastically. $200 graphics cards can run most games at 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS. The consoles couldn't even do that at the beginning of the generation. And you despise digital? Well then, you're missing out on a ton of games. And since you despise digital so much, I'm guessing you're against video game preservation, right?
Diminishing marginal returns. Why spend $2,000 to $3,000 on a powerful PC plus peripherals when the world largely largely is moving away from the desktop PC. It's a terrible value unless it's virtually your only hobby.
I'm sorry, but you're a fucking idiot. Why spend $2,000 or even $3,000 for a powerful PC when the world is moving away from desktop PCs? First off, setting the goalpost to $2,000 or $3,000 is a complete exaggeration. Second off, while it is true that desktop PCs are declining in sales, PC gaming is rising. But onto your point about value, that is completely subjective. For instance, some people believe that paying $400 for a machine that mainly plays games, or some would just consider it a Netflix box, will find value in it. Whereas people like me find value in a platform that can browse the internet, edit and render videos, or do graphic design, or program video games, and much more, all while playing video games at a higher graphical fidelity and performance. Just because the market for lower end pre-built home computers is dying doesn't mean that PC gaming has no value. But I think I've had enough of these comments. It's been made clear, reading through some of these, that there is still a large group of people that are not informed about how different PC gaming is now than it was a decade ago. And it is the misguidance of individuals like these that keep many others from giving PC gaming a try. Look, to all my fellow console gamers, consoles don't have to be objectively better for you to prefer them. You don't have to come up with reasons. If you prefer something, then it's that simple. Is a 5-star meal better than a Western bacon cheeseburger from Carl's Jr.? Well, yeah, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with preferring the burger. But in order to prefer it, you don't have to go on spewing lies or misinformation, like telling people that the patties are made of the finest beef, or that the cheese is all organic, or that it's healthier than the 5-star meal. And that's exactly the problem with the comments on this video and Rich's video. Console owners attempt to justify their preference by spreading misinformation about the PC platform, but nonetheless, the question remains unanswered. What is the point of consoles these days? Why don't you guys tell me down in the comments below? Let's get a discussion started. Let's raise some hell. Or if you wish to keep that thread going somewhere else, then follow me on Twitter, add me on Steam, and join my Discord. Links are down in the description below, as well as my PO box if you ever feel like sending me a letter or some gay shit like that. Also, have you ever wanted my gorgeous sexy face on your chest? Of course you have. There are now Fritanga shirts available. I'll also put that link down in the description below. And as always, it's been great seeing all of you and your gorgeous sexy faces. And hopefully, I'll be seeing my gorgeous sexy face on your chest very soon.